The blueprints, sipping rage and youthful exuberance. Everybody loves the root for a nuisance. Hit the earth like an asteroid, did nothing but shoot.
Lock the line on two. I'm giving you fraudulent. Inject that collagen from your heart to your car.
Pull up, diamond beauty shining with the bangles out.
Shalom, God La Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, to you brothers out there across the globe pushing the truth with all righteousness and sincerity, to you few sincere sisters who hearken as well diligently. Peace, love, and blessings. Chaya here back with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father who the world inwardly calls God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the Son who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. Okay? The Son of the Most High. And I'm gonna just do this video real quick. You know, this is gonna be well, it's already been determined that it's already been, solidified that he's a Jake and things of that nature. So I guess it would be unfair to call it a Jake or fake. However, just for the sake of simplicity and stuff like that, this is another quote unquote Jake or fake. But this video is talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And like I said, it's already been, established that he is an Israelite. All right, he is a so-called black man. All right. However, you still got some people out here, unlearned people, I should say, who believes that he's a Samoan and things of that nature because of his genetics, because of the way he looks and things of that nature. Okay, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is actually a so-called black man. He's an Israelite. All right. And that's what I'm going to get into today, all right, through the Spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of this article real quick, and I'll jump into some scriptures. So this is on the coconet.tv, and it says, entertainment. What is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's true ethnicity? When one talks of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's name is bound to pop up during the conversation. It would be safe to say that he's the Hulk Hogan of our generation. And now we'll just jump down, because like I said, I'm not going to read the whole article, of course. Just here a little, there a little. It says Johnson was born into a family of wrestlers. Okay, so he was already doing this, at a young age. It just ran through his family, like how the scriptures should have been running through our families. Okay, so this is something that he just grew up in. It says Johnson was born into a family of wrestlers with his grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia. I probably butchered that. But it says a well-known wrestler, as well as his dad, Rocky Johnson, who created history by becoming the first black to win the WWF Tag Team Championship, along with partner Tony Atlas. Johnson briefly lived in New Zealand with his mother's family before returning to the United States to finish his schooling, which he did at the President William McKinley High School in Honolulu, Hawaii. Okay, so there you go. So the large man in the picture right here, all right, that's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's father, all right, Rocky Johnson. All right, this is his family right here. Okay. As you can see, you see his look like he got a shaved, beard or whatever the case, but you see the fro, you see the genetics. Okay, so that's his father, and that's Dwayne Johnson right there. All right. So here you have it, man. And it says a multi-talented athlete, Johnson was also a part of his school's track, football, and wrestling teams. A young Johnson was an exceptionally talented footballer in particular, and even won a full scholarship from the University of Miami, where he was part of the national championship team of 1991. However, his future lay in wrestling, and the youngster eventually made his WWF bow in 1996 under the name Rocky Maivia. His original character proved unpopular due to his colorful choice of clothing and ridiculously clean-cut image, which caused the top brass at WWF to transform Johnson into the funky, incredibly charming, highly talented, crowd-pleasing Loudmouth Wonder, The Rock. Okay? And I just wanted to get to the point where this whole Hawaiian or Samoan ethnicity thing came from. All right. So now it says, coming to the subject of his ethnicity, Johnson's family boasts of a rich multicultural heritage. Okay, now, and the elders have done countless videos on the fact that there's no such thing as mixed culture or mixed ethnicity. All right, there's no such thing as being mixed because it's confusion. All right, only Esau, the so-called white man, pushes that, oh, I'm mixed. I have this in my blood. I have that in my blood. Your nationality or your ethnicity or race is determined by your father, all right, your father's genetics, all right, your father's nationality, okay? Man or woman, your nationality is determined by the nationality of your father. Why? Because the seed comes from the father. And just to prove that, let's go ahead and get it, all right, in the infamous Numbers, chapter 1. Let me see. Yep, Numbers chapter 1. So I can just bear with me. Well, I'll just start at verse 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. Okay? So it says, the point is, after their families by the house of their fathers. Okay, that's how the nationality of a child is truly determined. Okay, once again, man or woman, whatever your father is, that's what you are. Okay, because you got this wickedness of people saying that, oh well, my dad's black, but my mom is Asian, so I'm mixed race, I'm a mutt, and yada yada yada, and my grandfather's German, and it's no. No, that's confusion. Okay, the man carries the seed. Okay, this is why what and in so-called Spanish, are you the word for testicles or nuts is huevos. Okay, which also means eggs. Okay, huevos also means eggs. Okay, as a matter of fact, how to say testicles. Oh, it's testiculos. But it's also called huevo or huevos. Okay, huevos. All right. Yeah, here it is right here on Interglot. It says translate testicles from English to Spanish. Translation testicle or the testes, testiculo. All right, that's the more accurate term for testicles. Then it says testicle, the ball. Then it also says huevo. All right, huevo. Okay, which huevo or huevos also means eggs, like I said. All right, which those essentially come from the man. All right. Which those eggs are put inside of the woman. The seed is put inside of the woman, all right, for her to fertilize it and then produce child. Okay, so the woman is the incubator of the seed of the man that comes from the man. Okay, and the word testicle also means witness. All right, like testify, testicles. It also means witness. Okay. But that's a video for another day. But going back to the point, the nationality of the child is determined by the father. So there's no such thing as mixed race or being a mutt. Okay? So it says, going back to the article, coming to the subject of his ethnicity, Johnson's family boasts of a rich multicultural heritage. Johnson's mother is Samoan. Okay, so a black man laid with a so-called Samoan woman, a so-called black man laid with a so-called Samoan woman, and they produce Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay, which this is not uncommon. It says Johnson's mother is Samoan, while his father is of black Nova Scotian heritage, making him a descendant of the African Americans who left the United States along with the British after the end of the American Revolution. Oh, see, there you go. Jake is scattered, which the scriptures talk about that. All right, it says, having chosen to side with those who would give them their freedom, the 43-year-old has become Salaki. It says the 43-year-old also has some Irish ancestry, coming from his father's side of the family. Johnson's paternal grandparents, James and Lillian Bowles, were both of African origin, while his maternal grandparents, Fanine Lefai Pita, I probably butchered the hell out of that, Fanine Lefai Pita Maiva and Ophelia Leah Fuataga, were Samoan with wrestling history. So Johnson inherited his fabulous wrestling talent from both sides of the family. Okay, and now the maternal doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm not saying this to be mean or to downplay women. Okay, it literally doesn't matter, because the race of the child, the race of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is determined by his father. All right, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the scriptures. Okay, so there you have it. All right, but this goes back to, once again, Israel being scattered among the heathen. All right, because Samoans are not Israelites. Samoans are Samoans. They come from the house of Japheth. All right, one of the sons of Noah. Okay, the so-called Samoans come from Japheth. So and they're not Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. I think it was verse 64. Yep. Deuteronomy 28:64 says, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, which there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay, and these Samoans, okay, these heathen Samoans, they serve other gods just like the rest of these nations, man. All right, they serve gods of wood and stone. All right, they're not Israelites. All right, yeah, they do have, you know, a calm demeanor and things of that nature. However, you know, some they actually have a word. They actually have a word to call out so-called blacks. I forgot what it was. It was I think it was something I think it was something like Mooley something. I forgot. Let me see if I can find it. Racial slur to blacks from Samoans. Because some of them do have, like, they do use this term to describe the so-called blacks. All right, and it's something, it started with an M. Yeah, that's right. It was on the African Diaspora channel.
There's one simple vision hack anyone can use to improve vision, so you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Did you?
So on TikTok, a lot of black people, you know, who didn't know, are hurt. They're hurt because a lot of them thought that as a collective, not as individuals, because you remember, I always tell y'all, you have individuals that are very great with us and very cool with us, and in relation to black people.
But I didn't know. I just want to take a moment to point out that black people finding out that Samoans have been racist against us, rather than making us angry, has really hurt our feelings. Like, black people are like, damn, I thought she was with us. Like, I thought we was like this.
and I'll say this too, because it goes back to the curses. No, they're not with us. And that's the problem with Jake. Jake wants to be accepted by everybody except for the Lord. That's the problem with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You want everybody to accept you, but you won't accept yourselves for who you are, which are the true chosen people of the Most High. And that goes back to the curses. All right, these name callings and racial slurs that come from these other nations directed and geared towards us, that goes back to the curses. All right, just to prove it, let me go ahead and get this. Still in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Let me see. 28 verse 37. It says, and thou, right here, it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Okay, so there you go, man. All right. So we and this is exactly what happened. This is why, we get bullied and, name called and all these other things by these other nations. All right, because the Lord said that it would happen. All right, they don't like you so-called blacks. Okay? None of these nations like Israel. Okay? But what? Because we're chosen. Okay? And when Yahweh shall come back, we're gonna rule over them. All right, and then they're gonna be forced to love us, man, because the world is gonna be put back in its righteous order. Okay, but continuing on.
We didn't know. I mean, I think that all Black people know that in general, everybody hates us. Everybody thinks it's funny to.
You see what she just said? This is true. This is true. Replacing black with Israel. Okay, but this is true.
Talk down on us. We're at the bottom of everyone's list, but this one hurt. This one hurt our feelings.
So the word they're using actually translates to black thing in relation to us, and the word they're using is meuli, meauli. That's the word they're using in relation to black people. Now, let me tell you thing in relation to us. And the word they use is meuli, M-E-A-U.
So there you go, man. Meuli. Okay, this is according to him, the word that they use to describe black people. They call it they call it a so-called black man or black people, black things. Okay. Now this also looks like the word muli, okay, or muliyan. All right, which is another racial slur to describe so-called black people. Like the term Moor means black. Okay, now we're not black people. Once again, however, this is just a derogatory or a term or proverb that has been used to describe our people for the longest. Okay, so there you go, man. All right, so Jake is not a stranger to these racial slurs and things of that nature, obviously. Okay, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would be a so-called black man and things of that nature. All right, so from the article we was reading into, okay, he has Israelite origins. All right, so he is a so-called black man. He is a Jake. All right, and that was really the point on that. All right, so if there was any confusion for brothers and or sisters and things of that nature, okay, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's an Israelite. Okay, now what tribe he's from, I couldn't tell you, and things of that nature. There's probably Judah, probably I'm not sure. It probably is Judah. All right, but yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is not a Samoan. All right, by blood, he's an Israelite by blood. Okay, the same thing with Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is not a Samoan, though he looks like it. Through his the genes from both of the parents and things of that nature. Bruno Mars is actually a so-called Puerto Rican. All right, his grandfather, his paternal grandfather. All right, which paternal means pertaining to the father. Okay, but his paternal grandfather is a Puerto Rican. Okay, and if you think I'm lying, let's go ahead and look at it. I'm not going to jump into it and stuff like that, but me see. Because I remember the Elder Apostle Ramlab talking about this. All right, the Puerto Rican immigration to Hawaii. The Elder Apostle Ramlab was talking about this one time, and I thought it was very interesting. And it makes sense. It makes sense. All right. So you got Puerto Rican immigration to Hawaii. It says Puerto Rican migration to Hawaii began when Puerto Rico's sugar industry was devastated by 2 hurricanes in 1899. The devastation caused a worldwide shortage in sugar and a huge demand for the product from Hawaii. Consequently, Hawaiian sugarcane plantation owners began to recruit the jobless but experienced laborers from Puerto Rico. In 13 separate groups, 5,883 Puerto Rican men, women, and children traveled by ship, train, then ship again to the islands of Hawaii to begin their new lives in sugar plantations. And then I jump down to the portion where it says notable Puerto Ricans, and guess whose name popped up? Bruno Mars, or Peter Gene Hernandez. All right, singer, songwriter. His paternal grandfather was a Puerto Rican from New York. So there you go. All right, and some other notable names up here. But Bruno Mars was the main one I was familiar with. So I just wanted to pull that real quick. Okay, so, and Bruno Mars is an Israelite, by the way. All right, the so-called Puerto Ricans and the so-called blacks go back to being Israelites. All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that out real quick and things of that nature. And, help brothers and sisters understand that the nationality of the child is not determined. Though many of them are absent, the nationality of the child is determined by the father, not the mother. Okay, like Esau tells you, because if you look up who determines the ethnicity of the child or race of the child, they'll tell you that the mother, all right, that's the first result. The mother determines the race of the child, all right, which this is wrong, okay? But that's the thing with America. America gives women way too much praise, man. Okay, women are just simply incubators, all right, for the child, all right, the sperm, all right, for the egg. Okay. The genes will, some genes will come from the mother, obviously, and stuff like that, but that's not what determines the nationality or the race of the child. Okay, so with that being said, Lord's willing, this is edifying, and I'll grab one more scripture and then I'll close out. All right, Hosea, Hawashai, chapter 1, verse 10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God." All right, now place is talking about America today. All right, where we wasn't called the children of the Lord. All right, but now coming back, to the truth, coming back into the fold, we are being called the children of the living power, the children of the living God. All right, because the Lord is reclaiming His heritage. All right, He never disowned us. However, He's when I say reclaiming, that just basically mean He's given us back our power and our element and things of that nature by way of this truth, by way of the understanding of His words, all right, of life. Okay, but the children of Israel can't be numbered, man. We're scattered. We're all over the place. Okay, as you saw from that article of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay, so Lord's willing, this is edifying. Shalom.